Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Nier Reincarnation, let's do some costume predictions for the upcoming holidays. This is going to be for Christmas and New Year's, which follows my standard format. I was considering putting Anniversary into here as well, because who knows if this game is going to make it to next summer, but we'll stick to the pattern that we've gone up to now. And then, late January, maybe, early February, we'll do another predictions video looking at Anniversary characters and summer, unless they announce end of service. Okay, but we have the characters that came year 1 and 2, both the handouts and then the Hatcher characters. Under highly likely, I have a group of ladies, because, you know, these banners are always going to want at least one to sell the banner. They just sell better than male characters in Japanese mobile games. Although, what they've been doing now is splitting up the banners. So if they have like 3 or 4 characters, they'll do one banner a week for just one character, and then combine them at the end. So there's actually less pressure to add a young girl, lady character to sell the banner, since they're not going to be together at first. But I think it's still a pretty safe bet that we will get Noelle, or Marie, or Yuri, or Sarafa. We saw in the recent poll that Sarafa and then Yuri are kind of gaining in popularity, so I could definitely see one or both of them being on this Christmas banner. Noelle is also a favorite, but I feel like she's gotten a lot of costumes this year, so I don't know. For likely, Hina and Yuzuki, I feel like the developers have been really pushing the pair since maybe February of this year, and I think it's finally working. I think they're finally gathering some fans, at least among JP players. But I think that they're more likely to appear in the New Year's banner. We'll talk about that in a second. Lars, I think he's always likely. He's the most popular male character after Lavanya. And then for unlikely, I put Demas, Udil, and 063Y. Udil and Demas especially. I have trouble kind of imagining them in like cheerful, cold weather stuff. But Dark Horse, I feel like maybe F66X has a chance. And she might actually be a good pick for the handout unit for this Christmas. She's one of the few characters left without a 4-star handout, so that's going to be my Dark Horse pick. Okay, and then we have New Year's, and we got the years 1 and 2 characters here. And then here, this is where I believe that Hina and Yuzuki are going to be highly likely to get costumes. They're going to be the ones that I have the most confidence in. They're closest to a lock, I would say. But I think they would look great in a New Year's type kimono. Maybe better than in Christmas costumes. And then we got to add Sarafa and Sadhu because we need a young lady on the banner. And then under likely, I have a bunch of male characters. If Yuzuki does indeed come, maybe that lowers the chances of other male characters appearing. But Lars and Udil, I think they would look great in a kimono. Maybe cute, and then maybe Griff would look more kind of adult. And then Demas, it would be very cool to see him in like a Western-inspired or else a kind of a tattered kimono. I would love to see that. And then under unlikely, I put Priyat and Lavanya and F66X. F66X I can imagine in a kimono pretty easily, but I think I feel better about her being in a Christmas costume, while Priyat and Lavanya, difficult to envision them in kimono. And then my Dark Horse pick for New Year's will be Argo. I think he would look awesome in a kimono, especially with a high ponytail like a samurai. Alright, so that does it for the predictions. I guess here we can talk about the nature of the predictions that I make. There are kind of 2 major points. One is that none of the predictions that I ever make, including for the game shutdowns, they're never very daring. I always pick the safest choices, go with the most likely, whatever. I never really go out on a limb and say, you know, this is going to happen 100%. That would be foolish, and it would also set up expectations, I think, unnecessarily. All of the predictions that I make are based on trends that I have witnessed watching the mobile game industry for 10 years. The second point about my predictions is that if I am ever wrong, I'm not very bothered about it. Really, I'm just making the predictions because I think it's fun to do so. It's certainly more fun to do it this way than to look at data mines. I, along with many other Japanese folks, really like to savor the unknowing and the anticipation. I've talked about the Japanese being very naturalistic and living in the moment and being aware of their surroundings. And I've heard from JP players in other games that their favorite moment in a big batch of gacha pulls is the moment right before they start. And that's a big hint why the gacha model works so well in Japan and kind of nowhere else. It's a world view influenced by culture. Alright, Christmas I'm probably going to skip unless there's some kind of weird, funky new skill set for Arena. And then New Year's I will pull on my JP account, which has a bunch of materials, just so I can do fashion check videos. Okay, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.